Hi, this is Rory Singh from the PowerhouseMarketer.com. Today I just wanted to do a quick review on a book I read a few times, excuse me, about three or four times throughout the past 10 years, called Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. I also want to stipulate and talk about the good and the bad in this book, okay? There are some very good points that the author of Secrets of a Millionaire Mind spoke about and referenced. A gentleman by the name of T. Harv Eker. So most of the things that this gentleman, coach and trainer T. Harv Eker, spoke about in his book, I would say most of it's true, but not everything. Not everything. There's a few points that I disagree with, okay, in this review of Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. Okay, now the first thing I want to talk about, I'm going to get into all the nuggets here and all the nice sweet stuff. But, you know, T. Harv Eker, I went to one of his, I went to a half-day conference, actually, 10 years ago. In the Greater Toronto area, downtown Toronto. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But in his book, you know what Harv Eker seems to be getting the point across here. To me, it sounds like he's saying that, you know, rich folks are just, you know, sweet, loving folks, right? And I don't really 100% believe this idea that they're all, you know, sweet, loving folk, right? I've seen some very, I live in the Greater Toronto area here, metropolitan Toronto in Canada, one of the biggest cities here. And we've got all kinds of movie stars from Hollywood that film here. We've got a lot of rich and famous people that stop here. Some of them live here. I see a lot of, you know, really expensive sports cars, Rolls Royce, Lambos. And I'm finding that the great majority of them seem to be driving like assholes on the road. Okay. So to me, that's not really humble. So what I'm thinking, I've seen some wealthy people, some of them sweet and kind, and then some not so sweet and kind. So what I'm trying to say here, in this review of Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, yes, not all rich people are assholes, but some of them are, right? But here I'm going to add my little 2 cents into the equation. 2 cents into the equation. That's funny here. We've got good and bad people that are wealthy, and we've got good and bad people that are poor. Now, some people are assholes that are rich, and some people are assholes that are poor. Some people are loving and awesome people that are wealthy, and some people are loving and awesome people that are poor. So it doesn't matter if they're rich or poor. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't freaking matter. Now, let's really look into this book here. If you are an entrepreneur or an upcoming entrepreneur, you got a lot of people who want to make money online. A lot of money is being made online, guys. A lot of people are looking into affiliate marketing online who would never ever dream of looking into affiliate marketing online. Gotta let you know, I'm going to get into this review, and it's going to be sweet and interesting, especially if you are an entrepreneur or an upcoming entrepreneur. I guarantee that this review is going to be interesting, but I got to do a little call to action pitch here. If you are looking for a way to change your life by leveraging the power of the internet, gotta let you know about a very powerful, legitimate way to make money for yourself, to change your lifestyle, right? Especially if you're interested in Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. We had a few people come through a system lower below, legitimate system, reputable system, legal system, A lot of skeptics out there. Can't be too skeptical if it's life-changing results that you guys want to make, right? So go lower below, click that link, take the first step there if you are looking for to change your direction in life. Okay, so let's get right back into the secrets of a millionaire mind review by T. Harv Eker. Let's talk about some different points here. Rich people think differently than poor people. I would have to agree with that one. Yes, poor people I'm finding are are focused on just getting by, paying the bills. You see, nowadays the middle class. They had another author, Robert T. Kiyosaki, and he spoke about the middle class disappearing. It is disappearing, and now we got either the wealthy over here and we've got the poor over here. So you got to draw the line, and you've got to make a decision what direction you want to go. You want to go to what you want to be thriving, or do you want to just be surviving? So rich people are more focused on thriving and better lifestyle, and nothing wrong with that. That's awesome stuff, baby. Okay, now here's another thing that I got from T. Harv Eker's book here. Poor people economize too much. Now, in the book, I didn't agree with that one. Maybe some poor people, right? Or middle-class people that are not rich. But I didn't agree. In the book, he referenced the idea of going into a department store, right? And in the store, a rich person might look at an item. Oh, look at that wristwatch. A man might say, hey, look at that wristwatch. That's sexy, baby. And a wealthy man might say, I'm buying that. And then a poor person might come and say, I like that wristwatch. I could never afford it. Okay. That makes a little sense, that a poor person might think like that. But what I didn't agree with was how Harv Eker laid it out on the table, saying, given me the idea that people, poor people or not wealthy people, are too overly focused on, saving money. But here's the thing. You see, that's why I don't agree with that point. If you are poor or you're middle class and you want to jump to a wealthy position in life, you've got to, some people would say, don't live below your means. I would say economize. We've got some millionaires here in the Greater Toronto area. They don't drive flashy cars. They'll drive a car. They won't make payments on a vehicle. They'll make sure they buy it in cash, and they will economize, and they will go to, we have dollar stores here in the Greater Toronto area, and you can buy stuff for $1 and even $2 and $3, etc. But they call it dollar stores. In the US, I think they're called dollar stores. Like over here we've got like Dollarama anyways, and we've got like millionaires. There's another book called The Millionaire Next Door. And we've got some millionaires who, quietly make money, and then they just economize, and that's how they made money. So that part I didn't agree about. A poor person might economize too much. No, I think you got to economize. You got to economize. You can't just spend your money on, like, if you see a watch that you like in a department store and you can't afford it, and you shouldn't buy it. If it's like a $5 or maybe $1,000 or $2,000, and you are earning $15 an hour, you damn well better put the watch down and say, well, okay, I could look at how can I increase my income, but I wouldn't just go out there and buy the watch, the expensive watch. That didn't make sense to me. Okay. Now here we go again. Here, poor. Let me look at another point. Poor focus on obstacles. Rich focus on solutions. I agree with that. Poor people, I think, are stuck in a negative mindset based on their experience so far in life. In order to get over that hurdle, and most people are just too stubborn because of their upbringing, a lot of people got a lot of hatred, and some people are even racist and prejudiced, right? And that can hold you back from changing your mindset. A lot of people don't realize that. And that that can keep you in a negative state of, see, I'm adding my own bit here to this review. That can keep you in a negative frame of mind. A lot of people don't understand that. So, just like T. Harv Eker says here, this is one I agree with. Yep. Rich, focus on solutions. Got to focus on solutions. Don't be like people who want to stay poor, who are going to focus on obstacles. You got to figure out how you're going to get through certain situations. Okay. Now, Harv Eker was talking about sports cars and people, you know, giving the example of, like, let's say you see a poor person sees a sports car. This part I didn't agree with. Sports car, and you might see a red Lambo go by you, right? And most poor people or middle class might say something like, "Look at that douche," right? But sometimes they are douches the way that they drive. We've got some people who think in order to be wealthy, you got to drive a Beamer. And some of the BMW drivers drive like assholes. However, you know, just owning a BMW does not mean you're rich. Most people here in Canada who drive Beamers have what we would call a car payment. Okay, but they do drive, I found, even Audis, right? It's not a Lambo or a Rolls, but it's more of a higher end car into what people think higher end cars are, especially in the States and Canada. So I find like Audis and Beamers kind of drive like douches, though. Sometimes Lambos will come cut us off here. I seen a red Lambo cut me off the other day, kind of like a douche. So that part there, some rich people with sports cars do drive like douches. Okay. Here's another one here. I actually agree with this one. Rich people are willing to promote themselves. Poor hate the idea of CS. A lot of poor people and middle class people I hate sales. You ever hear that? Got a lot of people trying to make money online even, and I don't like sales. I hate sales. But here's the thing: if you're a middle class person or a poor person, and you have a job, you're selling yourself, right? Nothing wrong with jobs. I'm not knocking a job. Have gratitude for your job. It's very important. It's a gift from the universe. However, you are selling your skill set for a paycheck. So, yep, rich people are willing to promote themselves, and that's some awesome stuff right there. Now, let's look at another thing. Poor think money is evil. I would say that the great majority of people, yep, I agree with that. I think people, maybe they think they heard Jesus or some other spiritual leader claim that money was evil. I don't even think Jesus ever said money was evil. Did you ever hear Jesus come to you and say money is evil? I think what people might be thinking of is he might have said, we don't know what he truly said, because we have this thing called the Bible, and it's been manipulated by men, right? We don't even know if he was even here, right? Because they claim, and that does tie right into your $1 million success story, if that's what you're trying to do right now. They built a religion around the idea of Jesus after they murdered him on a cross. Anyways, but still people think Jesus said money is evil. We don't even know. Maybe, I would think that he probably said the love of money, meaning to love money more, making it an idol. That would probably be evil, because if you make something an idol, that means the only idol that you should have is God, right? There's only one God. Man has so many different names of God, but there's only one God, right? And I'm sure it's not a man, right? But we call him he, because we are humans, right? We think like that. So God, if you make money an idol, the only idol that you should have, the only is God, right? So don't make money an idol. So money is not evil. Money is just an energy that flows to and through you. Okay. Rich manage money well, poor not so well. I would agree on that one. People who make money and keep it, they must be good at keeping a budget, and they must be you have to be careful, even if you have a lot of money, on how you spend your money. Not overly concerned, but you've got to make sure it keeps it keeps growing as well. Another thing I'm going to add here: rich people, wealthy people, give, a lot of them, not all of them, but many of them are give freely to different organizations, charity, and that in itself is a form of giving back. You don't give to receive, but if you give from your heart, just the way the universe works, more comes back to you. Just how things work in this make money online industry that I'm in. The more energy that we put out to the marketplace that can help other people, even if you have a job, the more families that you can help at your job, the more numbers you can increase on your paycheck. Okay, very, very important stuff here today. Rich have their money work for them. I would agree with that. Rich people who make money and then keep their money, meaning they stay wealthy, right? They understand energy, but they are looking for assets to create more income for themselves. A poor person still would be stuck with the idea of selling and sales, and ew, too much money is evil. They'll be stuck like that. So I totally agree with most of these points here. Rich have their money work for them and look for more. Poor are bought into some idea they heard mommy or great grandpappy say years ago that money is evil, and that's just going to hold them back. Money is energy, guys, and it goes to all of God's children, as long as you don't repel it, or let it float to and through you. Don't try and hoard it. That's when I don't think Harv Eker said in this book, poor are going to try and hoard stuff, even middle class. I'm going to give you an example here. Here in the GTA, in the Greater Toronto area here in Canada, at the time of me doing this video right now, we're almost in spring. But just a few weeks ago, we had some horrible winter ice storm, and we ran out of salt in the city. I couldn't find salt anywhere. I was like, what the hell? I went to Canadian Tire, I went to Home Depot, I went to Lowe's. Everyone's like, no, we're out. I'm like, what happened? And the cashier's like, everyone and their grandmothers came to the store and bought, they hoarded the salt. They bought, they had a little bit of ice, and they're like, oh my God, they all bought 10 bags each. That's hoarding. That'll keep you stuck. Don't do stuff like that, guys. I would buy a couple bags of salt, maybe, or maybe 3 bags, but 10? So, yeah, poor people are going to hoard stuff, and that's going to block your energy. Don't do that. A lot of people don't know the stuff that's going to hold them back. Rich learn and grow, right? Are willing to say, I don't know everything. Yes, I agree with that 100%. Poor people are going to say, I know it all, right? I know it all. I worked for this really big trucking company. I used to work for this really big trucking company a few years ago. And I noticed one thing. The higher up in that company, the more money they made, right? It's like a pyramid. It's like a pyramid. But that's how the economy is structured in Canada, in the States, in the world, like a pyramid. But I noticed with the company owner, I spoke to him, and he wasn't the most humblest guy. I mean, getting the feeling Secrets of a Millionaire Mind's kind of, no, you're not all humble. Wasn't humble at all, but was a wealthy man. Had a bit of an ego on him. But anyways, I'm good at communicating myself to people. I'm good at communication. That's why my videos, most of them, do pretty well on YouTube. Have a good way of explaining things. At least I've been told this. And I noticed that the owner of the company was more open to listening to, even at that, I was a truck driver from that company, a worker in his company. He was willing to listen because he knows that I might come up with an idea that might help him make more money for that company, and I did, and he did. But he was willing to learn and grow and even humble himself a little bit to listen to me, a guy who was working at the lower end of the pyramid in his corporation, instead of saying, I know it all, right? So I think we pretty well covered Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. So far, I think, even though I read it 3 times, it was a good read. I didn't agree with everything, but most of the stuff, I think T. Harv Eker, if you are a poor person, or you think you're poor, and you think you're in the middle class and you want to become wealthy, you've got to learn how to change the way that you think, and this book can help you do that, right? But beyond this book, you're also going to have to abandon. You got to do more. This is a book that's like introductory to personal development. A lot of people who watch my videos are trying to make money online, trying to create an income for themselves full-time online. The more things that you could let go that don't serve you, the more that you're going to be able to give yourself. It doesn't. I'm gonna close this video off with a quick conclusion here. 21-minute video so far. You know, it should have gone by quick if you got the value here. I dropped some really good nuggets here. I know they are. I'm not here being egotistical. I just know they are. But if you are trying to change your situation in life to a better situation, good for you. You should be, right? A lot of people are, because of religious beliefs that maybe Grandpappy told them years ago, a lot of people are leaving themselves stuck based on old, outdated thinking that just doesn't work for people. A thinking system that doesn't serve you. So you have to incorporate a new way of thinking that actually serves you. If you're not seeing the type of results that you want to see in your life right now, that you want to see in your finance life as well right now, you have to do more personal development. That's going to help you shed self-limiting beliefs that don't serve you. Okay, at the end of the day, it comes down to self-limiting beliefs that block most people from being poor to jumping to wealthy. A lot of people, before I end this video, a lot of people believe that the idea of wealth even is evil, right? Because of what they've heard someone else tell them a long time ago. But we are in an abundant universe, and your creator doesn't know anything about scarcity. That's something that we came up with on our own here as being temporary physical beings. We're spiritual beings having a temporary experience. So we came up with that bullshit idea. There's no end, or there's no scarcity, there's no lack. We came up with that idea, and that's your job to remove those blocks to abundance, right? And love. That's what you got to get back to. So hopefully you got some value here today for those of you who actually stuck it out right to the end. That's another thing I want to say before I go. A lot of people who we would call successful are willing to go. Most people want to just get entertained, and they want stuff quickly. Like, we want to know everything in 1 minute. A 1-minute video that explains everything. We also want to get entertainment, and if there's no pop-ups and cartoons, they're gone. Most people wouldn't make it to the end that you made it, 24 minutes. So awesome stuff if you made it right to the end of this video. Now, before I go, powerful system that can change your life. Lower below. Some of you guys might be wondering, what's this guy talking about, right? Well, you'll never know. You'll never know unless you go lower below. There's a link in the description. Click on that link and see what the heck I'm talking about. Again, my name is Rory Singh from thepowerhousemarketer.com. Have yourself an awesome day now. Take care.